This won't come as a shock. The Cactus League, Major League Baseball's annual spring training competition in Arizona, means big business for the Phoenix area and the state. Visitors from outside Metro Phoenix generated $373 million for Arizona's gross domestic product in 2018, according to an estimate released Monday by the L. William Seidman Research Institute at Arizona State University's W.P. Carey School of Business, or the LWSRIASUWPCSOB. Few. Let's just call it the Carey SOP study for short. How does that compare to previous years? That's a little complicated. A 2015 Carey SOP study found that the total economic output from the Cactus League was $554.3 million. Not to worry, though, we're not slipping. Using the same measuring sticks as 3 years ago, the 2018 season generated $644.2 million in economic activity, an 11% increase despite a slightly shortened season. Don't ask us to do the math. Either way, it's a lot of cash coming into Arizona. The 2017 Final Four generated $317 million in less than a week, according to a similar study, and the 2015 Super Bowl brought in $719 million over 9 days. We have studied the economic impact of major sporting events in Arizona like the Super Bowl and the Final Four, and while they create massive economic impact, they occur here intermittently, according to Anthony Evans, the Carey SOP study's author. The Cactus League brings an impact of this magnitude every year. It is phenomenal, and it happens every spring in this state. Here are some more takeaways from the survey of almost 4,000 out-of-town visitors at the games in February and March. Visitors do a lot of eating and drinking, spending $122.6 million on food and booze, about a third more than they spent on lodging. Of course, you don't need an academic researcher to tell you that if you'd stood in line at Cowboy Chow in Scottsdale in March, the next biggest expenditure is souvenirs, at $34.7 million. Which is a lot of caps and t-shirts. Yours truly bought 15 hats this spring. You're welcome. The number of big spenders has increased over the last 3 years, with 41% spending $500 or more per day, up from 35% in 2015. The median daily spending also increased from $393 to $405. International visitors, as you might guess, linger longer in the valley. Almost a third were here for 9 nights or more, and their median stay was 5 nights. Only 13% of other U.S. visitors stayed 9 nights or more, and their median stay was 4 nights. Almost 40% of U.S. visitors from outside of Arizona were here from 3 to 4 nights. By contrast, 91% of residents from outside Metro Phoenix are day trippers. So their economic contributions are minimal. All residents do benefit from the Cactus League, however, as spring training generated $31.9 million in taxes, $24.2 million of that going to the state. Moreover, 26% of out-of-state visitors reported that they would visit another part of the state during their trip. We imagine the Grand Canyon and Sedona were high on their to-do lists. Attendance was down slightly in 2018 because the schedule was shortened by 4 days and 24 games. Total attendance was 1,796,403, compared to 1.9 million in 2017. And average game attendance actually increased by more than 100 fans to 7,710. There was a huge rise in Cactus League virgins. 28% were seeing their first spring training game here in 2018, compared to only 8% in 2015. Interestingly, 18.5% of the fans who live in Metro Phoenix finally got out to a game, which may explain why it seemed like there were a lot of empty desks at the office this spring. Politicians promised to create jobs, but the Cactus League gets it done. The study found producing 6,439 jobs paying $224.6 million, which is even more than Zach Greinke's contract with the Diamondbacks. Let's close with one more obligatory quote about the Carey SOP study. This is a grand slam for Arizona's economy, Cactus League President Jeff Meyer said. Hard to argue that call.